and I lost all my patience, so I decided to just cut it off. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I figured, it's a nice day out, and well, during this coronavirus pandemic, most businesses are closed and most public places are shut down, so might as well, do something today. And today I'm gonna be working on the Mustang, and I got these lower control arms right here. These came with the Mustang when I bought it a couple years ago. So, and I figured, there's not much to do, so I might as well just put these new ones on and replace it with the old ones. As you can see, well, there's nothing wrong with the old ones. I think it would be a good time just to replace them. As you can see, like I said, there's nothing wrong with it, really. Bottom line is I'm just bored. There's not much to do. So, let's just get on with this. Okay, so first thing you want to do is get your jack and a jack stand. You're going to jack the car up. Now, with these old cars, you can't really jack them up on the pinch welds. As you see right here. You can't really do that with the older cars. So you would have to jack it up from the frame, just like a truck or SUV. That's the first thing you're gonna do. And one more thing I forgot to mention, make sure you have like a wheel chuck, so that way in case the car doesn't roll on you whenever the car is lifted. So make sure you have one of these, just for safety reasons, and we'll get on it. So let's jack the car up. Alright, once you got the car all jacked up, now what you're going to do is, next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the wheel off. You're going to use an impact gun or a wrench, whatever you want to use. I'm using this electric impact gun. So, and you have to get the right size socket for it. This one's a 19 for 5 of these nuts, right? 5 of these lug nuts. So I'm going to take the wheel off. So the next thing you want to do here is we're going to disconnect, I'm going to take off this bolt right here, these two here, and one that's underneath this. And that way, this will be able to drop and get the last two, which are right back. If I can get my hand in there. There we go. Right, these two, one on this side and one on the other side. Okay, so I was able to get most of it off, but I wasn't able to get the whole piece off because right now this thing is rusted on there pretty good, and I had a really hard time getting that castle nut off. As you can see here in my hand, that's what I had to go through. The nut, the pin inside the castle nut was rusted on there, and this castle nut was rusted on there, and still the lower control arm is still rusted. So I think later I'm gonna get a torch and hopefully that will just come off. I've been whacking it with a hammer for a while, but it hasn't moved. It's just rusting on there pretty good. So what I'm going to do for now is move on to the other side and do the same thing, and hopefully it won't be as bad as this side. So, I was able to get most of the parts off of the lower control arm, but same problem as the other side, is just rusted on there. So, it's just rusted on the lower ball joint. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head out to the store, get some new cotter pins and a torch. Hopefully I'll be able to get this out and the other side out and get the new ones in. Okay, I just got back from the store. Got a brand new torch, and I also bought some lacquer thinner and spray paint because I did take off a mounting bar that was in the way for the bolts of the lower control arm. So I figured, you know, just clean this up and repaint it. So, let's get to it. Okay, so the torch thing didn't work, and I lost all my patience, so I decided to just cut it off. As you see, the bolt's still stuck, the strut's still stuck on there, so I decided to cut it off from here. So, that being said, I'm going to do the other side, and hopefully I can get these off as well. Okay, so I was able to cut that off on this side, but unfortunately I can't get the top piece off. If I can get around. Yeah, unfortunately I can't get that top piece off, so I'm gonna have to replace this whole housing here and this whole thing right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to repainting this bar. I got my lacquer thinner. I'm gonna start scraping off the crud off this thing. Okay, so now I cleaned the bar up, wiped it with some lacquer thinner. Now I'm gonna grab got some spray paint. I got satin black. And shake it real good and then spray it on.